In today's world of Hollywood, there are few figures as bold as Russell Brand. Known for his fearless opinions and sharp humor, Brand isn't holding back when it comes to calling out the industry's woke culture. From skewering superficial narratives to challenging corporate agendas, he's sparking some heated debates in Tinseltown. Today, we're diving into how Russell Brand is tearing down Hollywood's performative wokeness and why his take has the whole industry talking. Ready to see Hollywood through Brand's lens? Let's dive in.
Book about two male penguins raising a chick. And I felt like that's probably precisely the type of book that would gently introduce the idea that same-sex relationships are acceptable and ordinary and not worthy of generating conflict, like a sort of a gentle fable. I thought, yeah, that's, for me, that's a perfectly inoffensive thing.
Brand recently shared his thoughts on a children's book featuring two male penguins raising a chick. He pointed out that while it serves as a gentle introduction to the acceptance of same-sex relationships, it raises important questions about how such narratives are presented. For him, it's a perfectly inoffensive way to address these topics. This approach reflects a broader trend in Hollywood, where representations of LGBTQ relationships are often seen as tokenistic rather than genuine. Brand's take challenges the industry to move beyond superficial narratives and delve deeper into authentic storytelling.
The ability to make a mistake, I think, is crucial, right? Number one, I'm not a big fan of apology culture in the sense that, unless you actually hurt a person, you should only apologize to people you've hurt. And I think that we're a society that basically suggests that you ought to apologize to the air, you should apologize to society at large. The society at large is not a person who hurts, it's a person you hurt who you apologize to.
Yeah.
And sort of the general notion that you can do offensive things and then people have the option not to watch you.
Right.
Obviously, I think that's the best possible solution to a lot of these things. People have the ability to engage or not engage with your content, and I think that that's a better way of doing it.
In an interview with Ben Shapiro, Brand spoke about the apology culture and why he does not like the idea of apologizing to any society in general. In Brand's opinion, the responsibility of saying sorry is nothing without the individual who was hurt. This opinion is quite refreshing considering the current state of cultures that seem to be overly concerned with public apologies. He does not agree with the statement that society is an entity that is to be apologized to, as he believes that this approach is watering down the dishonest acceptances of fault. Brand also gave one other interesting and helpful idea as to how a person should relate with the world, and that is gratitude. He urges a worldview based on love and warmth, without the usual hatred brought by an apology culture. This kind of positivity is in stark contrast with the attitude in Hollywood, which is largely driven by the profit motive with very few authentic representations of any kind.
Maybe what politicians and great big corporations sit about in their meetings with calculators and computers, are we doing enough about LGBTQ and what are we going to do about racial diversity? Or do you think it's about money? Is there a stock exchange where what they're calculating and trading on is people's rights? Or is it money?
Managers' ethnocentrism also includes skepticism concerning the approach that large businesses take towards LGBTQ and racial issues. Moreover, he is concerned if such initiatives show compassion or if they are purely capitalist maneuvers. In relation to this, in the industry that changes faces with most of the content in order to attract the targeted audience, Brand posits that it is the inner consciousness that brings about transformational changes, not the outer propaganda. In addressing his critique against Disney, he argued how the company watered down its narratives to fit the politics of the day. In fact, the author considers Japan's nationalism as a catalyst rather than a driving force of the narratives. According to him, politics and political correctness have succeeded to the point that filmmaking and television production have lost their spark due to the dullness in content.
Here's another story around the Disney Corporation that tells you what their priorities might be. Conservatives are convinced that Disney is trying to implement a radical left agenda. But even with its altruistic-seeming new housing development for workers, the company is just looking out for the bottom line.
Brand's experiences in media shape his perspective on the current cultural climate. He acknowledges that he once adhered to progressive ideals without recognizing how they often sidelined traditional values. This reflection leads him to believe that fear of expressing honest opinions stifles meaningful dialogue and genuine progress. In this age of increasing censorship, his call for open discussion is not just refreshing, it's necessary.
The corporatist state and global media war against free speech is in full swing.
In a fascinating conversation, Brand noted that woke culture is focused less on advancement and more on the suppression of expression. He expressed disapproval of such structures, particularly educational ones, as promoting uniformity rather than independent thinking. This perspective carries with it a comfort for many people who believe that a singular dominant narrative is pushed while the others are beaten down. As fate would have it, Musk is among other people who turned to support the argument made by Brand, where he equates present-day censorship to the times of witch hunts. Musk commended Brand for his willingness to depart from the extreme edge of orthodoxy, something that only serves to enhance his reach in this cultural battle. It's an illustration of how far the power of discourse goes beyond its conventional notions.
There needs to be obviously a conviction here. It can't be guilty until proven innocent, because obviously then we're just sort of in the witch burning phase here, which just being declared a witch is enough to make you a witch and be burnt. Anyone can be accused at any time of false charges, and we can't be destroying their lives on the basis of potentially false accusations.
Brand's podcast, Under the Skin, has become a platform for open discussion, welcoming various perspectives on these pressing issues. Guests like Rowan Atkinson have echoed similar concerns about censorship and its impact on comedy and free speech. This willingness to engage in difficult conversations is vital, especially in a time when so many feel silenced. Brand has also shown solidarity with fellow comedians like Dave Chappelle, who have faced backlash for tackling controversial topics. He emphasizes the importance of pushing boundaries in comedy, suggesting that humor can be a powerful tool for addressing serious issues. In a world where offense is often taken rather than given, Brand's approach offers a much-needed reminder that laughter can bridge divides.
It's disingenuous to claim that the biases that are exhibited on Fox News are any different from the biases exhibited on MSNBC. It's difficult to suggest that these corporations operate as anything other than mouthpieces for their affiliate owners in BlackRock and Vanguard.
Brand did not shy away from addressing media bias and corporate interests directly on Real Time with Bill Maher. He insinuated that all news corporations are compromised, questioning their very existence, as he maintained that every other media house is a slave to its capitalists, and therefore there is no freedom of the press in the real sense. This demand for responsibility is appealing as people are fed up with the media. In the future, Brand teases follow-up endeavors that will bring together identity politics and spiritualism. It is not difficult to comprehend why he envisions bringing people together rather than dividing them. People desire oneness in this ever-divided culture. While challenging the trends of Hollywood, Brand is also stirring up the waters, which many people find pertinent and worth provoking, answering who will do something about the culture as it is today. Russell Brand's insights give us a fresh perspective on the pressures, hypocrisies, and sometimes absurdities of Hollywood's woke culture. As the entertainment industry grapples with these critiques, his voice reminds us of the value of open dialogue, humor, and genuine storytelling. What are your thoughts on Brand's views? Is Hollywood too focused on being woke? Drop your opinions in the comments and remember to like and subscribe for more deep dives and discussions. Thanks for watching. Until next time.